Virabhadrasana, or warrior, is one of 3 warrior postures in yoga, and there are lots of different ways to do the warrior postures. We'll be working with a standing posture first, with 1 modification in standing, and then also a kneeling posture, which can be a little easier if you're just getting started with the pose. The warrior posture deals with a lot of strength in the legs, and then it adds in the idea of balance, because you're balancing forward and back, 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. So it's really important to have a good gaze point while you're working with the posture. We'll start in Tadasana, mountain pose. So 1 to 2 fist distance in between your feet. One of the most important things about doing this posture is that when you step back into warrior, that you stay on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. A lot of people tend to put their feet one right in front of the other, and that makes the balance even harder. As you progress in the posture, you can definitely play with that. To get started, bring your hands to your hips, press down into your feet, and reach through the crown of your head. On an exhalation, take your right leg back into a long, high lunge. And take your time here. You want to wiggle a little, find your balance, really rooting into the heel and the ball of the front foot, and then lifting the back heel up a little as you press out through the heel so that you're balancing on your back toes. The tailbone draws down slightly, the sternum lifts, and then the crown reaches up. On an inhalation, raise your arms forward and up so that your ears are in line with your arms. If your shoulders are tight, hold a wide V position. You don't have to come really close. Your front knee is right over your ankle, and the back heel is pressing out. Beautiful. On an exhalation, bring your hands to your front thigh, and as you inhale, hug the navel in, step forward. You might find it takes you a couple of steps to get forward, and that's perfectly fine. Now, if going all the way out into that high lunge is too much, you might consider just starting with a short step back. So bring your hands to your hips again. Press down into your feet, reach through the crown of the head. As you exhale, step your left leg back just into a short lunge. What's important here is what's happening with your front knee. You want to make sure that your front knee stays over your ankle, even in your short lunge. And then draw the tailbone down, lift the sternum. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, coming into that wide V. Let the shoulder blades draw down the back. Beautiful. On an exhalation, bring your hands to your front thigh. As you inhale, step forward. And then just receive Virabhadrasana, the warrior. Feel the power and the strength that's in the pose. Now, if that feels like too much, there's always another way to do it, and we can do it from our knees. Christine, if you would come down into table position, hands and knees. And then once you're here, draw your left foot forward in between your hands into a low lunge position. You can even make a lot of adjustments here. You can stay with this back leg at 90 degrees if you want. Will you slide your hip back a moment? And that might be where you're starting. Or if you'd like to get more length or stretch through that hip flexor, you can slide the left foot forward or do the yogic scooch forward, sinking down into that right hip. Engage the abdominal wall, and on inhalation, float your hands to your front thigh. Draw the tailbone down, lift the sternum, and here you can start to see that same warrior posture. And then if you'd like, inhale, bring the arms forward and up into that wide V. Holding your gaze is really important here. You might notice a little wobble, that's okay. Bring the legs in toward one another like scissors to find the strength there. And then on your exhalation, go ahead and fold down, coming back into that lunge. You can come up onto the back toes and release the posture by stepping forward, folding down, and then allowing yourself to come all the way up. Again, feeling warrior. If you're on your knees, you'd want to stay on your knees to feel the warrior, eventually making your way into whatever's coming next for your yoga class.